Come on in. I'm gonna be braiding my hair and talking to y'all. Little chit-chatting. This is my first one. I don't know. So come on in where I know it's late, but your girl had to work. I've been working all day. Now I'm doing hair. I'm gonna take this one out. I was kind of doing a test run. But tonight I want to talk about being insecure as a wife, and how that can affect just your marriage and how your husband interacts with you. Should I really have it? Should I really have it? I don't really know what I want to put on my... I'll try this. So I already parted all my little mini twists. And I'm just going to add the braiding in here. I'm using this Modern Soft Kinky Twist. Because I want like a natural looking braid. Should I start with the front or the back? What should I do? I'm gonna do the front. So, I don't even know if this is a good idea. But we gonna talk. Y'all gonna keep me company while I'm doing this. I haven't braided my hair in so long. And I'm like, I haven't gone live on YouTube in so long. I've been neglecting my YouTube family. I think maybe split this in two. So I wanted to talk about, how being insecure as a wife kind of works against you. And not just in marriage, just in general. You cannot be insecure. You're working against yourself. If you cannot trust your husband, it makes no sense, remaining in that relationship. Even if you don't trust him, he doesn't need to know. You have to act like you're perfectly fine without him. When he's not home, you're still thriving, you're still happy. Nothing repels a man like a needy, helpless woman. So you're gonna be feminine and you're gonna be respectful and all the good things. Like when he's around, you're the most attractive thing. But when he's gone, you don't call him. You don't text him. You don't reach out to him. Let him reach out to you. Let him be like, ooh, she hasn't even called me yet. She hasn't even reached out. I wonder what she's doing. Let him wonder. They love to guess. They love to, they love the chase. Do not chase that man. Don't keep calling him. What are you doing? Why didn't you call me? Why are you so busy? Why are you too busy to call me? Girl, unless you want to repel that man, leave him alone. And when he calls you, be like, hey, I'm busy. Can I call you back? Shh. That's the worst thing you could do. That man would be like, what is going on? Why can't you talk to me right now? So being feminine and being submissive doesn't mean you're gonna be like crawling back, behind him at his beck and call. It's just basically respect. But you have to still give the man what he needs. Men like to chase. They want to feel like, who I'm hunting. They never let him lose that. Okay? Never let him feel like, oh, he doesn't have to chase you. Never let him feel like you love him more than he loves you. I know it sounds away. It might sound a little bit crazy, but it's for your own good. Do not run behind that man acting like, well, I can't live without you. Even if you feel like you can't live without him, he doesn't need to know that. There's no reason to be insecure. Even if you're insecure, keep it on the inside. Be the most confident, feminine, beautiful. And you know what helps? Just finding things that are just for you. What do you like to do? Get dressed up. If you have no hobbies, go window shopping. You don't even have to buy anything. Just get out of the house. Tell him, hey babe, I'm gonna go do this. Take initiative. I'll be out for so and so. Is that okay? And you're just doing that because you don't need his permission, but you want him to feel like, oh my God, she's so respectful. She's so kind. She's so peaceful. That's the feeling you want to evoke in him. Now she's so nagging. She's so needy. I can't go anywhere. When he's outside, let him wonder. I wonder what she's doing. I wonder why she hasn't called me yet. He's with his boys and he's just like, his mind is on you because you're not calling him. You're not nagging him. So all he's thinking about is, what's she doing? Why isn't she calling me? You know? You don't need to be running behind no man. And I'm talking about your husband. But this applies to if you're dating. Even worse if you're dating. Let that man guess how you're feeling. When you're around him, you're gonna be like, ooh, you're gonna give him the praises if he deserves it. If he does something nice, you praise the good things to encourage more of that behavior, right? But when he's out of sight, you're out of sight. You're not calling, you're not texting. Let him initiate. Let him build that. I don't know if I'm doing this right. Well, I'm going on vacation. Maybe they're too thin. I'm not gonna take these out, but I'm gonna put some more and I'm gonna put them in hot water. But yeah, so the way I learned how to deal with men is when I was younger. I grew up in the church, so I had a lot of boyfriends, not at the same time, but we couldn't have sex, right? So I would be like, as soon as they started asking about sex or they wanted to get intimate, I'd be like, deuces, bye, right? Because I'm like, I cannot go to that, I can't cross that line. And that would keep them like so intrigued, so interested. Like, obviously, I wouldn't say I'm the prettiest or anything, but they would chase me down just because they cannot get it. They feel like, they're losing some kind of game or something. And I'm not relenting because this is something between me and God. We're not doing it. We're just not doing it. So it's a chase for them. So that's what men need. They don't want to be chased. They want to be the one doing the chasing. And that is the same even in marriage. So after you get married, do not let yourself go. Do not think, oh, I'm so comfortable. And then people wonder, like, my husband left me for this younger person or this younger woman, or he did. Why do you think that you got too comfortable? It's not because she's younger or whatever. There's just something there that is not here. He's getting something over there and it's probably there. You could probably give him what he needs, but you're not paying attention. You just let it go and you take everything for granted. And and so he's like, someone else comes along and they're feminine and they're all dressed up and they're cute. Do you think they're wooing him by washing his clothes or show trying to prove to him how good of a housekeeper or housewife they're gonna be? No, they're laughing at his jokes, they're complimenting him, they're being kind, they're being respectful. It's the little things that that men love. It's not like us. They're not as complicated as we are. We need to be loved. We need to be, finagled. What's that word? We need a lot of love and care. So you need to teach him how to love you, and then you need to figure out what he needs. And I'm telling you, it's not, he doesn't need this clean house. He needs every corner to be spotless. And then you're tired at the end of the day. You can't love on him. You can't, you know what I mean? Let him know, listen, if you want sexy time at the end of the night, I can't be cooking and cleaning all day long. So you gotta figure something out. You gotta pick your battles. I feel like I'm not doing this right. Like they're too thin. But I don't know. Sometimes I do it and it's too thick at the end. So maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. I don't care what it looks like when I'm done. That's it. I've done worse. And I've paid money for worse. So what's the worst I could do? But yeah, you have to figure out like what, and I know for every single man, respect is gonna move them. When they love respect, they love gentle women, they love peaceful women. Like if you can be his peace, he will come home in chaos, a dirty home and whatever, and just knowing you're so peaceful, you're so kind, he can tell you about his day, he can just, and you're not like, but you didn't do this. If you had done that, that would have happened. Just be like, yes, babe, I understand. I don't know why they're underestimating you, and you just have his back. Be his shoulder. You don't have to be, oh, this logical, what do you call it? Yeah, like this logical, ooh, it's because you're doing this, and you lawyer him at the end of the day. And I say that because I'm an attorney. So I used to do that, trying to nitpick. Oh, you had this issue at work because you did so and so, and you could have done it this way and that way. Do not do that unless he asks you directly to tell him, like, what do you think, babe? What do you think I could have done different? If he asks you that, then you can go in and you can tell him. But you're gonna do it in a gentle way because we want to build them up. Babe, I think if you had done it so and so, it would have communicated this to them instead of maybe this, and how do I respect my husband when I don't feel like it, girl? The best thing, if you're a Christian, the best thing I do, or the best way I do it, is to think about, I look at him as if I'm looking at Jesus, not in a worshiping kind of way, but you know how Jesus even compares our relationship with the relationship between Christ and the church, right? So I'm the church and my husband is Christ. He's supposed to love me and sacrifice for me and do all these things. You don't have to love him. The Bible never asks you to love him. It just asks you to respect him, allow him to lead. And allowing him to lead just means let him make decisions. Come to him and ask him for his opinion, even when you don't care about his opinion. Like, I'll ask my husband, how do you want my hair? Do you mind if I do my hair this way? He doesn't care really. He cares more than I thought he would, but he feels so good and so respected. It ends up benefiting me because when he feels good about our relationship, when he feels respected, when he feels like I'm walking in my femininity and he could tell, he responds differently. It's like he wants to please me, he wants to give me what I want. So I end up having my own way anyway. Even though I'm asking him for his opinion, most of the times he's like, I like it so and so, but however you love it, I love it. He's like, if you love it, I love it. And so it creates this kind of bond where we're like feeding off of each other. I'm giving him that respect because I know if I respect him, it's going to make it easier for him to love me. So in times where I feel like he doesn't deserve my respect, he's just not behaving in a way that I should be respectful, I just think about that's Jesus. Jesus commanded me. The Bible said, submit to your husband as unto the Lord. So you're submitting to him as if you're submitting unto Christ. Just because God asked you to do it, not because your husband deserves it, but because God commanded it, right? It wasn't directly. Jesus did say, that the husband and the wife leaves their mother and father and the two becomes one. And when you're one, it's like this is another way to look at it too. Because if we're one, I'm treating him as if the way I want to be treated. So you could see yourself in him as well. Like this could be me acting a fool. How would I want him to treat me in those instances where I'm acting crazy or I'm acting undeserving of his love, you know? So it becomes this selfless type of thing. You have to take yourself out of it. And the funny thing is, when you do that, you benefit the most. For so long, I was holding on to this notion of like I hated the whole submission thing. It just didn't make sense to me. It felt like oppression, even though I didn't know what it really meant, right? But God just, when I got desperate and I was like, God, what do I do? And he sent me to the scriptures, and he was like, submit to your husband. And I'm like, you know what? Reluctantly, I'm gonna try this. I don't see how it's gonna work. But once I opened up my heart to it, it just started clicking, like it made sense because I'm a selfless person. And the more I give, the more I receive. And I'm like, that's the whole concept of it. He's sacrificing for me in terms of he's supposed to, right? He's supposed to be sacrificing for me. But if I'm disrespectful, if I talk down to him, if I'm nagging him, if I'm just being this unattractive person, how easy is it gonna be for him to love me that way, sacrificially, where he's willing to give up his life? That's how much a man needs. That's what God requires of him, at least. The Bible goes as far as to say that his prayers will be hindered if he doesn't honor his wife. So, you know, I just started doing what the Bible told me to do, and I feel like the Holy Spirit was nudging me to not focus on what he's supposed to do because we love to do that. Whether it's the husband or the wife, we focus on what the Bible instructed the other party to do. So as a wife, I'd say, the Bible told you to love me sacrificially, and you're supposed to be a leader, and you're not acting like a leader, and you're not submitted to God. But I never looked at what it told me to do. I wasn't focusing on the part where it says respect him even when he doesn't deserve it, even when he's not submitted to God, right? I wasn't following that. I was just like, he's not submitted to God, so I'm not submitting to him. And that's not what the Bible says. 1 Peter 3:1 tells us that submit to your husband so that even if he's not following the word, he will come to the word. He will come to Christ. He will be saved through your actions, through your reverent life, your reverent living, your holy and reverent living. So that clearly tells me that we don't submit only if he's submitted or if he's saved or if he's following after the word of God. We're just to submit. The only condition is if he's your husband, submit to him. And then the next part was, what does submission mean? Because I was like, submission sounds like slavery to me. It doesn't sound good. And that's not what it is. Submission, it goes both ways, because Ephesians 5:21 tells us, submit unto each other. And so that means, and it says, wives, you submit by allowing your husbands to lead. So the reason why the Bible is telling us to allow him to lead and it doesn't tell him to lead us is because it needs to be willingly. We need to let go of the control, because we tend to do that as women, and God knows us better than we know ourselves. So it says, allow him to lead, allow him to grow as a man, allow him to feel fulfilled, allow him to feel like he's making decisions, you know? And then we're going to say, well, he's not worthy, he doesn't know what he's doing, he's an idiot. Yeah, I had those thoughts. And I'm like, you know what I did? I started small. I would let him make little decisions like, should I wear this? Should I do my hair like this? What are we eating? Until every decision became the same. Like, what does hubby say? If the children, have a question or they want to do something, what did daddy say? Go ask daddy. And this built him up. He became more confident at work. He was just moving up in work because he was so much more confident. He became confident in like our real estate stuff. At one point he was like, I don't want to be in real estate. So I had to be doing everything because it was a passion of mine. Now I'm doing nothing and he's doing everything. He's building like houses from the ground up. He just got so much more confident because I started to show him my confidence. I was like, I believe in you. I know you can do, even when I didn't think he could do it. But I was just boosting up his confidence, his ego, you know? And he just loved me for that. He started doing things for me that, listen, my husband cooks and cleans more than I do now. And he's just like, chill, babe, you don't have to. He does the laundry. I don't have to do the laundry. And I'm like, can I please? He's not good at doing laundry. But does he give me a chance to do the laundry? No. He's just like, I got this. I do work. And so he's just trying to play his part. He's trying to help. And I just let him. I don't care what the quality is. If it's not up to my standard, nothing is wrong. Nothing bad is gonna happen because the laundry didn't get done up to my standards. So Just letting go of the control, and I'm reaping the benefits. I'm not on here telling y'all this. If I felt oppressed, I would be hiding in a hole somewhere, trying to make videos of makeup tutorials or something. Not trying to ruin other people's marriages and lives. But the way it worked, kind of miraculously, my husband kind of changed overnight. It wasn't complete change, but I started seeing the difference like almost immediately. And I'm like, Jesus, I gotta tell people about this. I gotta tell wives we're misunderstanding this whole marriage thing. And the only thing we need to do is just follow the word of God. It's not even that hard. We don't need therapy. We literally, and we don't need prayer. I'm so sick of people telling, we do need prayer. Let me not say that. But praying alone isn't gonna help you. God literally told you what to do, and it didn't say pray. You could be praying all day long, but you know what? Prayer brought me to the answer. So it may help you in that sense if you're opening your heart to listen and to following the instructions we were given. Because that last prayer that I made when I was at my brink and I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this anymore. And this is my last resort, Lord. So you better fix this thing because I'm done with this man. I was like, this man, just like Adam was like, this man you gave me, he's about to drive me crazy. So I was at my wit's end. And the Holy Spirit was like, but what did my word say? Are you following my word? And I'm like, I don't even know. And I've been a Christian for so long. I don't even really know what the word tells, like, what are the instructions for wives? We know that it says to submit, but I don't even understand what that means. And come to find out, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Submission is for you. It's not gonna, like, I see people saying, like, in the comments, oh, God hates women. Are you crazy? God loves us. The way he loves the church, that's how God loves women. We are to be cherished. He wants us to live the soft life. He wants our husbands to work hard for us. He wants our husbands to be the one doing the heavy lifting. All he wants for us is to be feminine and support that man to his full potential. Help him to see, to recognize that, hey, I was praying the wrong thing. I was using witch hazel. Luckily, I didn't spray all of them instead of my water bottle. This one, I think I need to. I'm sweating like so bad. I don't think the air is, or my husband put the air up to 78. And it's hot in Florida. I don't know why he does that. He puts the air up and then turns the fan on. Cannot sleep without the fan. So I'm probably gonna have to turn it down because I'm sweating. I just need to do the top today. I have to do them in sections. So, how am I doing, guys? Not a little too bad. I don't have any edges here. So I have to do edge control. I'll redo this one because it's kind of loose. But not right now. I'm going on vacation on Sunday. hence the braids. And I don't have time to go to the braid shop. I thought this was... But yeah. So now we have like, we barely ever argue. And I'm like, this coming from us, like we argue for everything, everywhere, every day. I cannot even believe that this is us right now. Just chill like best friends. Sometimes I'm like, give me my space, man. He wants to tell me everything that's happening all day long. And I love it. But, you know, as I said, you can't let them know. You just support and you're like, that's awesome, babe. I knew you could do it. I never doubted you for a second. That's how you need to be. And let that man figure out how he's gonna give you the world. He's gonna be like, jeez, I love this woman so much. She's the only one that believes in me. Whatever I need to do. Obviously, he's not gonna do anything illegal because he's a man of God. Or striving to be. Ugh. I'm gonna have to turn the air up because this is crazy. Alright, I'm getting the hang of this. I think the top is gonna be the hardest because I don't have hair on the front of my head. But do y'all have any questions or suggestions with my braiding? I have carpal tunnel, but it doesn't seem to be bothering me yet. But some of this is like a coil sculpting custard. Who knows? I don't want to put the edge control on my scalp. I need it to breathe, so I'm trying to find something light and airy. But yeah, we have to allow the men to, you know, love on us and pine over us. Do not be insecure. Do not. I don't care how much you love him. Do not. If he says, I love you, you say it back. But don't be the one to say it first. If he's leaving, be like, have a good day, babe. Do you need anything? You want me? Don't argue with him. Where are you going? You always leave. Nope. Be like, stay as long as you want, babe. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna hang with the girls, or I'm gonna go to the spa or whatever. Just let him feel like you're doing your own thing and you're so glad he's giving you space. Even if that's not how you feel. Okay? We need to have that self-control. Don't nag him. Whatever you do, don't complain. Don't complain. The girls that are out shopping and spending, you know, their man's funds, and they don't care what he's doing. They're having the time of their lives. And those are the ones that the men are just like goo goo gaga over. Why do you think that is? Because they keep him guessing and they pretend like they don't care what he's doing. Oh, baby, what do you want for dinner? I'll make sure you have dinner ready when you get home. Have fun with the guys. That's what you need to do. My husband is not going anywhere. I need him. I try to encourage him to hang with friends, and nope. If I'm not going, he's not going. I'm like, but I love it. We will be in the house and he'll ignore me while we're in the house. He'll do his own thing. Well, sometimes. Sometimes we're in the same house and I don't know where he is. He doesn't know where I am. But other times, oh my gosh, you will not. These front ones are not it. I think I'm gonna have to do the plait then twist for these ones. But I don't have the energy. I just need to get them out of the way. I'm gonna have to put, I think I have to put edge control on these for them to be. And honestly, I'm kind of scared to pull it too tight. Because these are pretty firm. I don't know what that is. But it's gonna be a placeholder for now. But yeah, I want you to make sure that you're getting up, you're getting dressed. You know, you don't have to be fancy, but if you have like a cute little set and you're around the house, or you have, I don't know, just do something cute. It doesn't have to be fancy, but it needs to be cute. Like, ooh, you put some thought into your outfit today. Let him be like, babe, where are you going? You look cute today. You know, put on some jewelry, simple earrings, and just prance around the house like no care in the world, just doing me. That's what you need to do. Insecurity is that's how women lose their men, lose interest, or lose their husband's interest. I'm only talking to the married women. I feel like when we're dating, we treat our boyfriends like our husbands. We act like they're the husbands. And then when we get married, we do it all wrong, right? We're not saying kind words. We're not, being feminine. We're not laughing at their jokes. We're just angry all the time and miserable, and because we're overwhelmed, we're overworked. We don't want to do the deed because we're too tired, and rightfully so, because you're doing too much. Stop doing everything. I literally just stopped doing stuff. And then my husband was like, you want me to wash the dishes? You want me to do the laundry? You want me to do... I'm like, yeah, sure. Knock yourself out. And all the time I thought he was lazy and he didn't want to do anything. It's because I kept offering to do everything. When he would offer, I'd be like, no, I got it. Because in my mind, I'm like, you don't do it right anyways. But I just made it up in my mind that I don't care how he does it. If it gets done and I didn't have to do it, I already won. Okay, this isn't bad. These two are, yeah, we're not going to talk about them, but I'll fix them later. Ooh, I'm sweating balls. But yeah, oh wait, there we go. So I want when you wake up in the morning and your husband is talking to you, Whatever your mind is telling you to respond, don't do it. Do the opposite. Think about it and say, what did the Bible say? What would I say to Jesus? If this were Jesus standing here, how would I respond? Go even further. Be like, if Jesus were my husband, because we respect Jesus. Jesus can do us no wrong. If Jesus were my husband and he said this thing to me, how would I respond? What's a respectful way to respond? And make it a rule in your mind, do not ever call that man outside of his name. Because I'm telling you, I've called my husband the B word, especially when I get angry. All kind, like anything. That was a long time ago though. We don't do that anymore. We're ladies. We're feminine women of God. And we don't use those words, period. Definitely not to our husbands. Right? Right. So whenever something comes up, my favorite thing to do or to say, when in doubt, I'm just like, I trust you, babe. Whatever you decide, I trust you, babe. Or if it's like an issue that he's bringing up, how would you prefer I handle this? Or what would you want me to do? He will be like, the first time I did that with my husband, he was like, the man was so confused. He left the room, and then he came back and he's like, what's happening? You completely disarmed me. I didn't even know how to respond. He's like, what's that? I didn't even respond. I'm just like, God, look at you. That was too easy. That's why I was telling y'all that it happened. The change, I started seeing the change almost overnight. Because that was something that could have been, in the past, a big issue. Oh, my edges right here are non-existent. I'm kind of struggling, but we will not give up. And the funny thing is, the front it matters the most. But anyway, so he was like, you completely disarmed me. I didn't even know what to say. And I'm like, no. Just tell me what you want me to do. How do you want me to handle it? And another time, like, he had told me that he didn't want me to cut our son's hair. And I completely forgot. And we were at the Walmart salon doing my girl's hair, and this lady came up and she was like, you want me to cut his hair? And I was just like, in the moment, I was like, sure. Because, like, he was kind of restless, so that's why she was asking anyways. And I was like, as soon as I said it, I'm like, oh my gosh, Giovanni had said not to do that. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to be honest. And when I went home, he was like, I thought I told you not to cut his hair. And I'm like, I know, babe. I'm so sorry. I completely lapsed and I forgot. And he was like, okay. And that was it. It was done. It wasn't an issue. Old me, I would have been like, I don't see the big deal. What's wrong if I cut his hair? It's not a big deal. I don't know why you want to make it. And I would just make it into a big old thing. Oh. I'm probably gonna have to ask someone to fix these. I don't know if I have the capability. And so I'm like, cause is it First Peter? I think First Peter 3 is the one that says, a gentle and quiet spirit in a wife grants favor from God. And so I was just trying to be gentle, meek and gentle and quiet. And it didn't mean, because I still would tell him like how I felt about stuff. Like I still would give my opinion, but in just a gentle way. And I'd always end it with, this is what I think, but at the end of the day, whatever you decide, I trust you. Listen, every time I said that, he was like, I completely agree. It was kind of like magic. I'm like, what on earth? This is how easy it was to get my way. Just giving up the control, just stop fighting, stop trying to control every outcome. Because then when I made it into you against me, like, that's your opinion, but this is my opinion. And sometimes it didn't even matter. Like, if we did it his way, it made no difference. But it's like, I just needed my voice to be heard. I have to, I can't lose my voice. And I actually gained, because when we were fussing and fighting, I didn't really have a voice. I thought I did, because he wasn't listening. He was tuning me out because my tone was loud. I was just being masculine and unattractive. He wasn't listening. So I could have had the best idea in the world. He didn't hear me. But now when I came correct in the feminine way, the way God instructed me to do, gentle and quiet, and notice that gentle just means not hard, not strong like we're told to be, just gently, kindly, and quiet. It doesn't mean silent. It didn't say shut your mouth, don't speak, because he needs our wisdom. He needs to know what we think, what our ideas are, because we have the wisdom. Believe it or not, the man doesn't have the wisdom. It's the woman. It's rare that you find a Solomon. Behind every successful man is a wise woman, because she's the advisor. She's telling him, giving him the ideas. She's showing him his strengths and telling him, I feel like you could do this. I feel like you'd be better at that. He's just the one that is supposed to be carrying out, making the final decisions and carrying out the actual work. So don't feel like you're gonna be this, you're gonna be on the back burner and you're not gonna have a voice. Your voice is gonna be louder than ever, because he's gonna be open to listening to you. He's gonna know, my wife, I have the most brilliant wife. I have the kindest wife. Whatever my wife says, I know I can trust it. That's the kind of relationship you want to develop with your husband. Okay? We don't want to be bickering and fighting and trying to just be so gentle and so kind and so sweet. And meanwhile, you're telling him what you think he should do. You're telling him, not telling, but, making it known. So he's actually hearing you. He's actually listening. Because for some reason, when you say something gently and soft to a man, he just wants to listen. It's like our femininity kind of activates their masculine. It activates, and they want to protect, they want to be like, you know, they want to provide. That's a good one. I need to make a post about that. Your femininity activates is masculinity. That's when he can't help himself. It becomes like instinct. Like, how do I make life better for my wife? How do I, you know, he's always wanting to do more and be better and provide more for you. So I thought I parted these things so nicely. But I don't think it will make a difference. I just need to, these are really bothering me. I'm gonna try to redo them after I'm done. When I add the babies, I lost my edges. I got a lot of hair, but lost the edges. Erin, are you still on? Did I answer your question? I forgot to ask. Sometimes I'm the worst at going live. Like, I don't watch my chats. But, you know, with practice makes perfect. Oh. I think this is gonna be pretty once I get the hot water going. I'm pleased. But I'm glad y'all are on keeping me company. Where are you guys watching from? I'm in Florida, so it's like 12:21. Make this middle part. Put this back. Should I do 3? I think I'm gonna do 4 up here. I feel like I could put this on my scalp, just this one part. I need this part to be neat. Watch me do all that, and then it's gonna still look like rapizzle. Okay. I don't like putting a lot of product on the thing. But maybe I'll just have to do that. But yeah, the main point of tonight's TED Talk is do not be insecure. Let that man think he wants to go live his life and just watch him. Watch the tables turn. He's going out with the boys. Do not fight about him staying. Don't try to convince him to stay. Be like, would you like me to pack you lunch or pick out your outfit? I want to make sure y'all are having a good time. Just So supportive. So supportive. He's like, what on earth is she up to? Cannot understand. Now he's second guessing all his life decisions. He's like, do I really want to go? Because this woman must be up to something. Hate when that happens. Yeah. So that's why I'm telling y'all, do the opposite of what your mind is telling you to do. You want to nag him? You think nagging him is going to make him want to stay? Nope. Even if he decides to stay, he's going to be seething. He's going to be so resentful. Just let him go and do not call him. Don't text him. When he calls you, be like, oh, I'm out with the girls, or I'm out shopping, or I'm out doing my nails, or you're just doing your own thing. When he gets home and you say, let me know when you're on your way home so I can make sure I'm there when you get home. Watch it work like magic. And then when he gets home, you're like, how was it? Did y'all have fun? And you ask him about the experience. Not too much. Don't let him feel like you're fishing for information. Just be like, you know, did you have fun? I'm so glad you were able to go out and whatever. And then you're done. You move on with your life. And you're going to see if that's something you want him to stop doing, he's going to stop. Just ignore the behavior. Whatever behavior you want him to stop doing, just be like, if you encourage him to do it, he's going to be like, something is up. Something is going on, and he's going to do the opposite of what you want him to do. You encourage him to go hang with his friends. For some reason, he won't want to hang with his friends. I don't think it's just men. I think it's people in general. We don't like to be told what to do. So you have to think, we are smart. Women are so smart and wise, but we let our emotions dictate instead of using our heads. I don't know. I figured if I did the front, like I could pull it in a bun and it will look like my whole head is done. So that's why I'm doing the front. But I think I would have been going faster. Work is kicking my butt. Or else I would have gone to a braider, but I just cannot leave work because whenever I come back, it's like so much to do. Even on this vacation, leaving for like a week. Listen, when I get back, I'll probably quit. But I think I'm gonna take my computer so I could check emails daily and do some stuff. Tired. I woke up so late this morning, but I did work out. And make sure you're working out, you know, just taking care of your body, taking care of your skin, making sure your hair always looks decent, your nails. You can do your own nails the way things are set up right now. That's what I do. But I have to redo my nails for vacation. I did go to the nail salon for Mother's Day. My husband took me, but I don't like going. They always end up hurting. Oh gosh. Why did I do it? I'm regretting all my life choices. And you know, I gotta do the whole front of my head because I'm gonna have to be on camera tomorrow for hearings. There's no backing out. Oh, it's not looking bad. It could last for just vacation, but knowing me, I'm gonna milk this. I'm gonna let these braids last for as long as possible. I wish I had edges though, man. Nothing some good edge control can't fix. Oh my gosh. How long have I been on this live? 1 hour? And I've only done this. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna be done in at 12:32, 1:32. Okay, not bad. That's like regular time for me. Have y'all been watching Chosen? My gosh, I love that show so much. I watch up to season 5, episode 8, I want to say. And Judas betrayed Jesus. Oh my gosh. The disciples were like dumbfounded. Have y'all seen it? If you haven't yet, and you love the Bible, you need to watch that show. It's like the words of the Bible just comes alive. At least the New Testament. And some of the Old Testament too. They depict some of the Old Testament, especially the scriptures that prophesied Jesus is coming. But it makes you really think about, as Christians, like what are we really here to do? What is our purpose here as Christians? A lot of people think, you know, as Christians, we should have a say in what people are doing with their bodies, but really we shouldn't. We should be leading with love. We should be loving them regardless of their choices. That's the way you get people to be intrigued, you know, to want to follow Christ, to want to know, like, what gives you so much love and joy and peace? But instead we want to lead with hatred, and reminds me so much of the Pharisees in that show. And how they treated Christ because he didn't fit, their religious script. These are really bothering me, but I'm gonna ignore it. One side, dun, 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 dun. I feel like it looks good, like because I'm gonna be in a bun. I just need to fix whatever is going on here. Alright, on to the next side. And the back is not getting touched today. Alright, so let me start here. Yeah. So yeah, the home is like our first ministry. If you have a servant's heart towards your husband and he has a servant's heart towards you, y'all cannot go wrong. You're serving each other. Nobody's getting left out. Everybody's needs are being met because I'm serving you. He can't serve himself and feel fulfilled. There's certain things he needs that has to come from you. And same with you. You can love yourself all day long, but if you don't feel loved by your husband, you're not going to be fulfilled as a wife. You're not going to feel fulfilled. So we just have to start serving each other and being selfless. I don't know why that's so hard. The way I get attacked online, if I say like, put your husband's needs before your own, it doesn't mean that you're neglecting your own needs. It actually works out that your needs get met that way because you want him to meet your needs. It's not fulfilling for you. Like you could do that as a single person. But when you're married, you want your husband to tend to your needs. You want him to serve you and want to love you and want to just do certain things for you. Yes, you could do it for yourself, but it feels so much better knowing that someone loves you so much that they're willing to sacrifice everything just to make you happy, just for little old me, right? So that's all it is. You serve each other. And it can start with you. Y'all both came up not knowing what to do, where to start, how to be husband and wife. Because a lot of people don't have the example. They don't have a mother and a father who were married and, showing them what to do and how to be a good husband or a good wife. You have to figure it out together. So if you can start the process, if you can learn, and then you teach him not by telling him what to do. The way you teach him is by just doing what you're supposed to do. Let him observe what you're doing, your reverence and your kindness and your respectfulness. And he's gonna be like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on, but I like it. And then he's gonna get curious and he's gonna say, how do I serve you? How do I repay your kindness? What can I do to make you feel? And I'm telling you, this is coming from Me having with a husband that is innately selfish. Like, he's been having to fend for himself for a long time when his father died at maybe 15 or 17, I don't remember, but as a teen, he's been having to fend for himself. And so he grew to be just selfish, like, looking out for himself because no one else was doing it. And when he could change to the point where he's just like, what can I do for you? How can I make your day better? I know it sounds corny, and it seemed corny to me too. I'm like, I'm fine, I'm good. But then I figured out I have to allow him to do those things. So I have to tell him, like, you could just pick something that you'd want him to do that would make you feel better, that would take something off your plate, that would help you to be happier at the end of the day, so that you guys can connect and so that you guys can just be together and be in a peaceful, happy environment. It's not even as hard as we think. It's not. I used to feel like marriage is hard and it's, like, why would I do this to myself? And now I'm just like, I cannot remember the days or like, why were we arguing so much? Why was it so difficult? Because we both wanted to be selfish. We wanted to serve our own needs and desires, and we weren't looking out for the other, for each other. But once I started, because it has to start somewhere, it's very unlikely that you both are gonna start, you could if you have like a discussion, but someone has to come to the realization first and be like, this is what we need. This is what we're gonna do. And I feel like as wives, we're just better equipped. That's why the Bible said, submit to him, so that if he's not submitted, if he's not doing what he's supposed to do, he will come to learn. He will come to Christ just based off of you and your attitude and the way you show up in your marriage. He's gonna be like, I don't even deserve this kind of treatment. Like, why is she doing this? Confused. Like, my husband will apologize before I even know he's done something wrong. Like, in terms of, like, say he thinks he used the wrong tone, and he'll be like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't. And I'm like, no, I didn't take it that way. You know what I mean? That's the point we've gotten to, where he apologizes before I even get offended. So I'm telling you that it's possible for you. And I mean, we were the worst couple. We would be on vacation arguing. It doesn't matter. We argued everywhere. Have we ever argued at church? Maybe like when they're trying to counsel us. Marriage counseling, but we argued on our wedding day horribly. And then we went and took pictures, and we were so... I shouldn't laugh, but it was bad. So to have this miraculous turnaround, only God could do it. And that's why I want to share it with others. But, I created a course. I haven't really been promoting it as much, but it's there. And it's kind of expensive just because I don't have the time. So if I'm gonna give my time, it has to be like worth it. It has to be worth me giving up my career, giving up, because I show up for you guys. I show up for wives. I give so much freely. It takes a lot to make content and to just, try to do things without asking for anything in return. So for the course, it really was like, it was a challenge for me because I'm like, I don't want to charge women to help, to get their marriages better. I don't want to do that. It's like a ministry. But for some reason, the Holy Spirit was just like, but it's also your time, you know? Like, it's value. You're helping someone, you're changing lives, and you already give away so much for free. So, but it was a real struggle, I'm telling you. I changed the price. I was just like really struggling with it. But I just leave it there. I'm like, you know, but I do have a webinar which isn't expensive. And it has so much value, and it took so much, like the course, the webinar took so much to do, to create. And yet still I wanted to give it away for free. I was watching this lady and she was talking about how as Christians we're led to believe that we shouldn't charge for our services. We shouldn't want to get rich. We shouldn't, we should just be conservative, but God never told us that. God never told us that we should abandon our goals, our dreams, our aspirations to follow Him. Our life should be more enriched following Him. Abundance is not sinful unless you're using it for sinful means or you're acquiring it, wrongfully. But so that was a lesson, but I'm not even worried about. I made the course, it's there, so if anyone wants it, it's there, but I'm just trying to show up. I'm just trying to be consistent and show up on YouTube and focus on that. I did that part. God told me to do it. It's there. Because when I tell you the way my marriage changed, like, you can't keep it to yourself. But a lot of the content is on my page anyway, on my YouTube. The course just comes with like a lot of like books and practical things, that journals and stuff. But otherwise, you can change your marriage just from watching my videos and applying the scriptures that I point out, that I teach. So everybody can learn and change and grow. You don't need to have money to learn from me. That's just, I don't know. I'm hoping that God blesses that part of me, but I love giving. I feel bad taking from people or asking. Like, I will be in need and never ask. But to give, I will give you the shirt off my back. And that makes me feel so good. My husband used to say, like, are you stupid? Are you crazy? People are gonna take advantage of you. And they did, especially family members. But I didn't lose anything. They ended up losing me, but I lost nothing. Money and stuff, that's nothing. Relationships are what matters. That's why we need to work on the most important relationship. If you got married, take it seriously. It's a covenant, not just with your husband, but with God. My fear of God is what made me not get a divorce, made me want to try to work it out. I'm like, God, I don't want to disappoint you. Show me what to do and I'll do it. And I stayed true to my word. And look at me now. Look at me now. Alright, I'm going to try to do this one real tight. Let me see. Oh, Lord. So let me part it. Me too. Yeah. Yeah. So that should not do. Oh. Let's see. Yeah. I think I did it. It feels tight. Oh, I just need to clean up that. I did it, and I did it, and I did it, and I did it. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I should post like other types of content on here. I've been trying to mix it up by giving y'all vlogs. I'll try to vlog my vacation on the cruise, but I don't know. My channel my views are not that they were ever great, but they just significantly decline. And I'm like, I know I'm putting out good content and my quality seems to be good. Maybe it's just my thumbnails. That's what the experts. I'm gonna do this too. Oh, I'm so sore. Where's my scissors? And my kids won't let me be great. Oh, here. Oh, I didn't want it to be blunt. This side doesn't seem to be taking that. Alright, this looks much better than so that's good. I'll make these ones thicker. But y'all get what I'm putting down? You feel me? Any guys on here need advice on how to love their wives the way God instructed you to. So, to love your wife the way God instructed you to, you have to ask her. You have to figure out how she receives love. All right? You can't say, I've done everything. Like, guys always say that. I've done everything, and she's, no. You've done everything the way you want to do it. What you think she should like, and what you would like. But have you stopped to ask, what would you like, baby? How do you like so-and-so? You know? Is she a gift? What's that one? Love language. The one where they receive gifts. Or is it quality time? You know, is it words of affirmation? You have to figure out what makes your wife feel loved. Because you could be giving her the gifts all day long. If that's not her love language, even though she may appreciate the gesture, it's not gonna make her feel as good as if you were doing, you know, loving her in the language that she actually speaks or receives. So, and this is why I always say communication is the key to a happy marriage, because if you want to communicate or to be better with your finances in your marriage, you have to communicate. You have to talk about the budget. You have to lay down some ground rules. How much can I spend without having to discuss it with you? How much can you spend without having to discuss it with me? Right? If you want to increase intimacy, you have to communicate about it. You have to talk about it. I didn't like talking about intimacy and sex, right? But I had to figure out how to do it. How do I tell my husband or communicate to my husband what feels good, what I want him to do, how I want him to do it? How do I communicate to him that if I'm too overworked, if I'm too tired, the last thing I want to do is, you know, physical intimacy? How do I talk about these things? Figure it out. You have to just talk. Sit down and make it up in your mind. We're going to talk about the money. We're going to talk about the sex. We're going to talk about the in-laws. We're going to talk about what's acceptable or not. Do we want to be going to the in-laws for Christmas, or do we want to be creating our own traditions and, you know, staying home with the kids together? Everything is dependent on how you communicate, your communication. So make sure you get good at talking to your spouse, figuring out as a wife, how do you receive respect? Okay? Because raising my voice may be disrespectful to my husband, but you raising your voice to your husband, he may not find it disrespectful, because he's just gonna think, oh, she's just loud. She just has a loud voice, right? So he just accepts that's how you are. So then speaking quietly, even though that's always going to be appreciated, it's not going to give him what he needs in order to feel respected. So in addition to speaking quietly, you have to ask him, what do I do that makes you feel disrespected? Or what can I do better in terms of showing you respect? And you have those difficult conversations and you make it up in your mind, I'm not going to get offended no matter what he says. I'm not gonna get offended. This is just information that you can use to make your marriage better. Okay? It's not an offense marathon. You're just gonna listen, you're gonna learn about each other, and then you're gonna implement. Do. One thing about me, which I think drives my husband crazy, I ask a lot of questions. When I make a meal, I'm like, how is it? Did you like that I added this? Do you like it that way? Do you? And he's just like, let me eat my food in peace. And I have to explain to him and be like, I don't want to nag you, but this is how I learn you. This is how I know how you like things so I can make it better next time. You know, so I can improve and become a better wife. And then he understood and he just knew. I asked him, how is it? If it's great, it's great. And I know to keep making it that way. If it's not that great, what could I improve? Why isn't it great? What could I do better next time? And you're just trying to improve you instead of focusing on he's not this, he's not that, he needs to improve this. When you start improving yourself, he's going to want to improve him. Okay? That's how it works. It's this miraculous thing that God put in place. And it works both ways. If he starts improving, if he just starts loving on you and trying to figure out how to love you, you're going to naturally want to respect him. You're going to respect that about him. Oops. And you're going to want to change and you're going to want to kind of reward him. Reward him for, you know, being loving and doing something outside of his comfort zone just to appease you. But whenever he does that, you have to acknowledge his sacrifice and his efforts. And thank you, baby. Thank you so much for doing that. I know that was not easy for you. And so it gives him joy to make you happy. So guess what? He's going to want to do it again. And so you're encouraging that behavior. You're encouraging the good, loving behavior. So I hope you guys understand that part. Trying to do this. Oh, think I got it. Think I got it. I did not get it. Oh gosh. Didn't get it at all. Almost. Alright. The way I do it is this side. Twist, twist, twist. And then this side. Twist, twist, twist. Then combine them. Oh. I think I made it too slippery with that thing. Okay, there you go. I think I got it. It has a little bump. But compared to these over here. I'm not complaining. I don't want to do them too thick because I don't like a lot of hair on my head. And it's hot. I'm gonna be outside excursioning. Y'all wanna come on a cruise with me? Come be my friend. Let's hang out. I would go live on cruise, but I never have internet. But I'm gonna see if I can get internet this time. We're going on the Margaritaville out of Tampa. The first time we went on that cruise, I was so worried. I thought it was gonna be dingy and not good. I cut this too short. But it turned out to be so good. The food, Carnival. Did we do Carnival? Or did we do? Yeah, we did Carnival. Carnival food has nothing on the Margaritaville. The only thing is they don't give you as much for free. You have to pay for a lot. If you want like extra entrees, you have to pay. On Carnival and like, what's the red one called? Virgin Voyages. Food is unlimited. But I like the little margarita ship. The burgers are phenomenal. I said your girl is tired. She said, take your time, don't rush. Should I make this 2? My battery's dying. 12%. I don't know if I should make this 2 or 3. I'm gonna do 3. Nobody got time for this. Open it. Put this in the middle. Twist this side, and then twist this side, and then twist them together. I feel like I used to be much better at this, or maybe it's because I didn't do it in my own head. That would make sense. I feel like I'm not doing a bad job at all. Not great, but thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Even though y'all are not talking to me. You're not talking to me. What was I done? else can we talk about with marriage? Do not let your friends, your family, your nobody, especially not your mommy nor your daddy, interfere with your marriage. If you need to discuss something, if your husband or your wife did something wrong, you talk to them about it. Do not involve your family members. If you don't hear anything else that I tell you, because you know what's gonna happen, you guys are gonna kiss and make up, and guess what? They're not gonna forget. They're gonna still be angry, still be upset. Gosh, they can't believe he would do that. And they don't have the full story. They don't know both sides because you only gave them your side, which is natural. So don't do it. Take a walk, breathe, go do something for yourself. Then you come home and you talk to your spouse about whatever is going on. Do not get your family members involved. Recipe for disaster. Don't talk about him behind his back in a negative way. To them, to nobody. I don't care if it's your BFF. Don't tell her. Because you don't know what people are secretly doing behind your back. And I mean the closest people to you that you think you trust. Do not tell them. Even if they love you and, they adore you, is how they're gonna treat him because of what you said. And then y'all can't be in the same room. You're invited to a birthday party, but he can't come because they don't want him there. Nope. You don't want him there, you don't want me there. So you have to honor and respect your spouse, especially. It's better for you to disrespect your spouse behind closed doors, even though it's not good either. But even that is better than disrespecting him either in public, in the presence of others, or to others behind his back. Do not do it. Don't talk bad about him. Don't call him no names. Honor that man. No matter what. Even if he's acting a fool in public, you have his back. And then when you get home, you say, are you crazy? Have you lost your mind? Gently, of course. Gently, you're gonna tell him. The worst thing you could do is disrespect a man in the presence of others. He's gonna lose respect for you. If he can't respect you, he can't love you. So make sure you're honoring your husband, respecting him, treating, and guess what? He's gonna respect you. He's gonna return the favor and he's gonna love you down. You can't see it yet because you're kind of blinded, but just do what I'm telling you to do and watch things change almost immediately. Not the abusive ones though. Them ones, I don't want to say what they deserve and what you should do, but just leave. He hits you. I always tell my husband or anyone, even before I got married, I'm like, if you hit me, it's gonna be a fight. I'm hitting you back. I'm not the type to be abused. Because it's just not gonna happen. I will kill you, Ice. Why is this thing stuck in my tooth? God is like, why did you say that? Why did you say that? But it's true, Lord. If you hit a woman, like, you don't deserve to live. But we should also be the type of women that we don't accept that. Like, if you hit me once, that's gonna be the last time. Because I'm not staying around for you to do it again. My husband knew better. If there was any hitting going on, it would be me. Sometimes you have to let people know your standards, what you will tolerate. If you allow him to hit you once, he's gonna say, oh, she just took it. So I guess I'm allowed to do that. Don't do it. Don't allow abuse. Don't accept it. It's a non-negotiable. That's one thing that you can't do for the kids. You can't stay for the kids. Because if you lose your life, then what? What about the kids? Who's gonna raise them? Because he's gonna be in prison or dead. Because they like to take themselves too. You can't do that one for the kids, sis. Leave. God doesn't tolerate abuse. Don't let the church or you say, oh, I'm a Christian, I gotta stay. Nope, not for the abuse. The Bible literally says to husbands, do not be harsh with her. In Colossians, love your wives and do not be harsh with her. So if it's telling him not to be harsh, what to say about abuse? Hitting? You are not my father. But anyways, on a more lighter note, that's my message for that. If you're getting abused, just leave. There are resources. Message me and I'll help as much as I can. But leave, sis. Your life is not worth staying. Kiddos need you. Alright, I'm gonna do 3 here. I'm almost done. Not talk too quick. Let me not speak too soon. So take your time, don't rush. This one pack might be my whole head. That's why it's a 4 times 4x. Yes, I'm gonna have to wake up at 8 tomorrow because I need do 2, and I wake up 8, that's 6 hours of sleep. Oh. Da, 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 da. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Ooh. I have a good edge control, but it leaves white flakes on my. You know, I'm not a talker. Like, I feel like even my husband, if you get him talking, he could just go on and on and on. Like, I feel like sometimes you just say what you gotta say and be done. I don't wanna beat a dead horse. But I think in this, the nature of this business, you gotta talk. You gotta like to talk. Nature of coming online is what I mean. That's the business I speak of. I really wish I could wake up and just quit my job tomorrow. But we got goals, and I'm committed to helping my husband meet them for as long as I can. But I'm also gonna try to convince him that he can meet those goals by himself. You are fully capable, my love, to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Yes, and I'm respectful of that. Because he's a very responsible man. Very, very responsible. So I'm just gonna do my little part until I'm fed up. I don't know what convinced me I wanted to be an attorney, but nope, don't do it. There's not one job you could do as an attorney where the workload is not ridiculous. Even law school was, I think they were just preparing us for the crazy workload, because we had an impossible workload in law school. But yet still I did it in 2.5 years instead of the 3, because that's me. I was a mama on a mission. But I'm over it. I don't want to work hard anymore. You know, I used to be the type where I wanted to be the corporate baddie, you know, breaking corporate ceilings and doing the thing and starting businesses. I mean, I still want to do that, but not in the sense of I want to be this independent, strong, successful attorney slash businesswoman. I just want to I just want to be at home with my kids, really. Any business I'm doing, I want to be able to do it from home. And I want it to be like ministry. That's why I love my marriage ministry so much. And I just, even though I work so long and hard, I try to make videos and post videos. I made a video and I could not find the SD card, so I could edit it. I haven't posted a video in a while, like a long form video. And I know on YouTube you have to be consistent. But I missed a whole week. But I serve an all-powerful. What more? Ooh, 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 ooh. Guys, I know it doesn't look so sexy yet, but when I put my little edges away, it's not so bad, and then I'll hot water them. So I'm just gonna do the top. I'm gonna do 4 like I did here. Can't believe I did it. Listen, you can do anything you put your mind to. Anything. Last night I parted my whole head. I was probably up till about 3 last night. All thanks to my job. I was working last night too, signing some documents. And then I decided, oh, I'm gonna go braid my hair. I'm gonna have to redo these ones with edge control, the front ones. But I'm gonna do it closer to cruise time. And we leave on the weekend. But I'm so proud of myself. You love the braids? Hi, Chorus. It's been so long. Where are you located? Where are you up right now? That's crazy. I haven't seen you in a while. Well, I haven't come live in a while. It's me. I'm the problem. I was on here. Oh, you're in California. I know. That explains that. You need to give me an update. You need to message me and let me know what's going on. We were talking about being insecure as a wife and why you shouldn't be. Even if you are, you shouldn't show it. Just be so confident and so like, you know, just doing your own thing. And when your husband leaves the house, don't call him, don't ask him what he's doing. Just ignore him, no matter how hard. Let him call and find out what you're doing. How come you haven't called me? How come, you know? Oh, my phone is dying. Hold on. My phone is dying. His husband working at me, but keep me in your prayers. Oh, God. Of course, darling. I love your spirit. Oops. I I absolutely love your spirit, so always in my prayers. How's hubby doing? Is he good? It's like, it's late for me. It's 1:30. And I said I wanted to be done at 1:30. I have 3 left. But yeah. So we're not going to be insecure as wives. We're going to be secure in Christ. Secure in ourselves. Confident in, and let hubby chase after us. We are his good thing. Let him know it. Amen. We've had breakthroughs. Amen. Amen. God is good. God is good. That is some good news. Thank you for letting me know. Oh. Had me worried for a long time. I should have checked in. But I'm glad to know. It's been 2 hours. I started. Yeah, I've been on live 2 hours. So when I got on live is when I started. We're going on a cruise this weekend. And I don't have time to go sit at a braid shop. So I thought I'd do my hair and come chit chat with y'all. And I did the whole top of my head. Yes. Are you going to work? I don't even know what time it is in California. Oh, you should be sleeping. What time is it? There's a girl I like to listen to on TikTok in Cali. Usually about midnight. I think it's about 6 p.m. 6 p.m. for her. Hi, Natty. Oh, 10:30. Oh, so 10:30, 11, 12, 1. So 3 hours apart. Okay. Yeah, you should be sleeping. I'm a night owl. I like to be up when everyone's asleep, because I get stuff done. My kids drive me crazy during the daytime. Oh. But I'm almost done. I only have 2 left and then I'm going to bed. It doesn't look bad. I'm gonna put them in hot water once I'm done with my whole head. I'm so proud of me. Proud of me. Proud of me. And my carpal tunnel did not act up. Not once. Alright. God is good. Can't believe it. Thanks, darling. I haven't done braids in a long time because my husband was like, braids cause cancer. Something with the braiding hair. But I'm using a different type of hair, so hopefully this one doesn't. Yeah, I'm gonna do the back, so I may come live to do the back. I was trying to figure out like what kind of content to post. Like if I should do like vlogging with on my cruise. Should I do hair stuff too? I kind of do a little bit of makeup, but you know, while I'm still talking about, do I? No, I've done live. I've come live while I'm doing my makeup, but I haven't had a video, I don't think, where I'm doing my makeup. But I need to switch it up. My content isn't really getting pushed out, and I'm not sure why. But as I was saying earlier, I'm still gonna be pushing out the content and trying to show up for my ladies. My thing is, if I could reach one, and I know I've reached more than one. So it's not even about high numbers. It's just trying to reach as many women as I can, because I know we can be the change we need to see. We can be the change for the kingdom, for this world. There's so much we can do if we know how to walk in our power. This is my last one. We need to share a channel. Do you post on, you mean you have a YouTube channel? Are you posting YouTube videos? I think it may be my thumbnails. I need to work on the thumbnails. Maybe even hire someone to do them. But you know me, I like to do everything myself. But it may be time. Maybe a podcast. I don't know. I think podcast is for people that like to talk. Like, I'll make a video, but even now being on live and having to talk, just keep talking, it's hard for me. I have to constantly tell myself, like, remember to speak to your people. I could just do this in silence. Like, even driving, I love driving in silence. That's how I get my best, like, ideas. Like, for my videos, for my whatever I'm doing. Maybe short Bible study. Oh, maybe they should share. I don't know how to get them to share it. Maybe my subscribers should watch my videos. I have so many subscribers, but my views are like super low. So I think I may have subscribers that aren't necessarily interested in my content. Because I used to post shorts that would go viral. So I think I picked up an audience that isn't my target audience. So I probably messed up that way. I've been busy with work. I'll think about the Bible study. So make it marriage centered. I'll try a Bible study. People want to see Bible studies. What do you do for work? I know I've been busy with work. I was just telling whoever is watching. I was just saying that I'm so sick of my job. It looks good. I just need to redo the front ones, but I'll do that when I'm done. But, you know, given that I did it myself, I'm kind of proud. I'm proud of me. So I have to go to work, so that's why I did the front first. So I can make it look like, oh. You work at a law firm, that's crazy. I'm an attorney, and that's why I was telling people just now, like, I have no idea why I became an attorney, because the workload is ridiculous, and I don't think there's any kind of lawyers that don't work hard. Like, they work a lot, no matter if you get paid a lot, no matter the industry. Hi, Natilla. Oh my gosh, so good to see you. All my favorites are coming in and saying hi. What time is it, Natilla? I just braided the front of my hair. It's not the best, but once I redo the edges, it will be better. Actually, let me do the edges so it could look good for work tomorrow. Oops, I put too much. Oh my God. Oh, it's in the morning. Good night, my darling. I'm going to bed too. Natilla, you're waking up when we're going to sleep. Alright, so better with the edges. Okay, my darling. I think I'll come live tomorrow as well. I'm not sure what time, but whenever I get done working, because I have to work late to kind of catch up on some work. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for stopping in. You know I love you, and we need to catch up. Y'all both need to text me. All right, bye, guys.